I was hoping they were going to hop.
I have an incoming transmission from Dolus's head.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Vercitorix gaming channel. Today we are playing the first episode of our Ixion save. I have not played this game. I don't know anything about this game. All I know is that it is a city builder, and as the description for the game says, Ixion is an unrelenting city builder odyssey across the stars. As administrator of Tiqqun, Dolos prototype space station, you are tasked with balancing preservation and exploration as you manage infrastructure, resources, and crew. Can you keep the flame of humanity alight in the cold dark? It sounds absolutely incredible. I have seen no gameplay to it. I have seen absolutely nothing for this game. But in all honesty, it's one of those ones that I saw a little bit of a trailer for going back a few months, and I thought, you know what? That looks like a game I might be interested in. So today, we are going to be taking our first steps into it, and here we go. Gasado Games presents. Okay, so this is a spaceport in Norway in 2049.
Launch control, we have Tiqqun clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Clear procedures, check. Guidance go.
Okay, horizon online.
Batista safety protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad.
It's an odd-looking spaceship. It's not quite as metallic as I was expecting. It looks like it's got some sort of material over it that's more like a Kevlar sort of thing rather than a metal sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? That looks more Kevlar than it does metal. Interesting. Here we go. Up she goes.
Launch sequence complete. EMB Charon heading for low Earth orbit. Transferring data to in-heaven.
Look at that.
PVS Tiqqun.
Look at that.
You have clearance for final approach.
Ixion.
EMB Sharon, you have been assigned to Tiqqun Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So these are
Shuttle
people walking
EMB
around.
Sharon is now docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized. Munchie decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized.
Wait.
Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tiqqun. Property.
Okay, so we're gonna pause here just for the moment, because there is a lot of information on this screen. So we're inside the spaceship Tiqqun. I think that was what it was called, Tiqqun, Tiqqun. And we are seeing here that there are a load of boxes with what seems to be alloy in them. There's some polymers about as well. And then we can see there are what appears to be roads walking between them, and we've got some humans walking around in between those. We also have some stockpile boxes. So I assume we're basically building a city, but on a spaceship. There's food there as well. That's going to be important. That's food, yeah. Oh, building a city on a spaceship is a new concept that I don't think has been done before. I think there's been a few games that have tried to do something similar, but none of them have got the same sort of following that Ixion has so far. So we're just going to go straight into the next transmission, and I believe we're going to have to play to get through it. So I called it the Tiqqun, something like that. He called it something else, and I can't quite remember. The Tiqqun. Did he call it Tiqqun? Yeah. Where do we go from here? Let's have a look and see what the tutorials are saying. So, we've got a load of different views. We have a planetary system. We have the exterior, and we have the interior of the station. So, this is the interior. That's the exterior. And then that is where we are in terms of our position within the solar system. We've got the moon right next to us. And we also have this here, Urshanabi, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus. There is no Pluto that I can see. Don't see Pluto. Maybe Pluto's not in this. Pluto should be here somewhere though. Or is it still declassified? As far as I'm aware, I thought it was reclassified, but perhaps that's inaccurate information. Let's see what else we've got. Camera controls. We pretty much worked this out already. Q and E to rotate. Exterior wise, we can zoom in and out and rotate. And planetary, we can do the same as well. Buildings wise, constructing a building requires resources. All buildings cost a varying amount of alloy, and some can also cost electronics. Buildings require a certain amount of power to be active. You can activate and deactivate buildings to alter the current level of consumption. The amount of power available within the Tiqqun station can be increased. Activating a building increases the required number of workers within a sector. Having enough workers to operate all active buildings is essential to maintain station safety. You can activate and deactivate buildings to alter how many workers are needed. So we have placements. Buildings can be placed down as long as they do not overlap another building or road. Buildings can be rotated with the R key. Buildings can be connected to a road. Must be connected to a road. This is made possible by having at least one of their access points overlapping a road tile. Buildings can also be dismantled by collecting... Yeah. Assembly. When your building has been placed, the construction begins. Stockpiles will send resource transports to deliver the correct amount of alloy and electronics to the construction site. Then any active workshop will send a mech to assemble the building. The bigger the building, the longer it will take to assemble. Each workshop can only construct one building at a time. Roads can be built and destroyed. Mechs will build them. Transporters will give you this stuff. Sectors. Resource management. Sector view. Unlocking sectors. There are new sectors you can unlock. There's mini-maps, so you've got shortcuts to each sector and to batteries. To batteries, did I say? Battery charge is displayed in the inner section. When the sector's battery bar is full, the batteries in said sector are completely charged. Makes sense? And then we've got the time bar. Okay, so that's pretty much all they're giving you. We have absolutely nothing going along here. We have a population of 85. They are all workers. So I think we need to start getting things done. So we're just going to have a look here. We've got a workshop and we've got a stockpile. So I think we're going to build a workshop. I want to build it roughly around here, I think. Now I need to get a road to it. So there is a road here. So I'm going to just build this road across like so. And then we also need a small stockpile. If I hit play there, they should start doing work. And we are going to build a stockpile. I think we're going to build the stockpile right behind it, like this. So that will then give us chance. Okay, so we got new things. We've got docking bays. We've got factories. And we've got population. So we've got crew quarters. Houses up to 15 members. And infirmary. So we're going to need them at some point as well. I want to sort of pick this up. I want to harvest this. Building is not connected to an active stockpile assigned to alloy. So we've got one here. And we're going to assign this to alloy like so. That will mean that we can pick up anything alloy in the area, which is these two and this one. We're going to build another one of these in a minute, I think. Just want to see it moved this out the way. I don't know what this does. Docking platform available. So we got a mining ship, a cargo ship. So we're going to need stuff to build these. We're going to need polymers to build these, and also workers, which we haven't got. Population management. This will tell us how many people got, the stability of the place. In all honesty, it doesn't really give you that much of a helping hand, the game so far. We've got mining ships, we've got cargo ships. That's very nice to see. So, can we harvest this? I want to harvest that. I think we build a road. We've got to get this food up. We've got to get this food up, so we need to get another stockpile that is purely for food. So we're going to harvest these two as well. We've got another thing for resources just come up, but I'm not sure what exactly. Iron can be converted into alloy, carbon into polymer. Okay, so things can be converted into other things, which is good to see. Nice and simple. So I'm going to build another stockpile. I think I'm going to build it on... I think I'm going to bring this road round here.
Administrator, I have established a connection with
And then down there.
lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
And then I'm going to bring in a stockpile just here as well. This stockpile will be for food, and then we're gonna have to get one for polymers as well. But we're gonna get rid of all this stuff here. Once we get rid of this stuff as well, I mean we got more room to move into, because I want to get rid of these two. Once we get rid of these two, we can put another stockpile down and get these other little bits and bobs that we've just got lying around, these polymer bits. So the Tiqqun's crew will communicate with you via data listening system events. A number of options will be presented, allowing you to choose how to respond. So you can answer requests, and you have a choice. Be mindful that trying to offer the best outcomes for the population can cause more damage should you fail to deliver on your promises. Refusing crew requests inside the station will have no immediate consequence, and is a wiser decision than committing yourself to an unachievable or impractical course of action. Okay. We have no notifications. So, it said about the infirmary there, so I think that's probably something we should do. We're also looking at maybe bringing in a tech lab. So I think we need to connect this road up here, because we need to start getting rid of all this sort of stuff. We need to get rid of all this and start harvesting things up. Get rid of them. Can I not harvest this? I can harvest this. Let's harvest all this sort of stuff out the way. Get rid of it all. And that puts us over there. We have a little question mark here. Administrator. Tiqqun crew members are currently unable to access food supplies. Neocond protocols direct the construction of a mess hall. This is a building designed to distribute food from our stockpiles to the crew. Guaranteeing access to food supplies will reaffirm your competence as an administrator. Okay, so we need to build a mess lab. We need a workshop, I believe. R to rotate. We're going to put it here. I think, have I got to wait for it to be... I thought it was a workshop we needed. Is it not a workshop we need? Oh, hang on. Food. Okay, I've made a mess here. Maybe we didn't need this. But no matter, we've already put it down. So we're going to put the mess hall... We're going to put the mess hall here, I think. Which is where I originally wanted it. I don't know why I've built this workshop here. We have all these other resources coming in. We can probably harvest this as well and harvest this. How much room do we have in here? Up to 100, so we need to make sure that we are still building stuff as well. So I think an infirmary over here would maybe be useful. Do we need two of them, or will one of them do? So I'm assuming the way to get more population is to build crew quarters. So we've got mess halls and food storage, which we have just gone through. So let's build up these new... of course, so the workshops will actually... build other items. So if I get him, can I manually tell this one what to build? Because this one's building for this. Oh, hang on. No, we got to wait for that to get to 40. And once that hits 40, then we can build. Okay, so Henry there wants us to build a cargo ship. So we've got the exploration thing. Science ships allow you to interact with events on the planetary system map. Clicking on points of interest on the map will dispatch a ship to that location. Once it has arrived, clicking the event icon will allow you to instruct the ship's team on how to proceed. Science ships can be built from docking base. So obviously we've already looked at Ushnabi on the map, so going across to there would be a very ideal thing to do. And obviously we have crippled teams. Losing a ship team member will make the resolution of events slower and starting new events impossible. In such cases, science ships can be sent back to Tiqqun to replenish their crew. Okay, science ships collect science points through events, allowing you to advance in the technology tree. So that sounds like something we really need to do. But obviously we need to get all this picked up first, and we also need to start making food if we can. I don't really know how we're going to go about making food. We've got a mess hall. So there's the docking bay. We're going to need that. Yo, that is massive, and it just wants to be on the outside. Superb. It's going to be on the outside, so maybe we can put it there. But obviously it's not connected to anything, so we're obviously going to need to sort that out relatively soon. We've got 63 in here. We've got another event available. Some crew members are lacking quarters during human history. Unnecessary homelessness has always been an indicator of civilization decay. Do not reproduce humanity's basic mistakes aboard. Ensure all crew are quartered within 12 cycles. Okay, so we have till cycle 26 to get all crew. So that is... How many of these do we need? 15. So that's 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. So we're looking about 6 of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build across here. And then I'm going to completely harvest all this out when we can. And by doing that, we should be able to put crew quarters in here. Harvest, 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 harvest. And then we'll stop harvesting these ones. We have a lot of homelessness. So we did need to build these from the start. We're going to stop harvesting that. We've already got this one building up. We're going to put this one in there as well, I think. So that gives us 2. That's 30 people. Now we only have 28 available power. So we're going to have to look to sort that out as well at some point. Population, non-workers versus workers. The Tiqqun's crew is split into 2 different types of workers. Workers and non-workers. The latter do not have sufficient skills to operate the station facilities. People will need food. The crew will eat at set intervals with meal cycles occurring every 5 cycles. If they are not provided with enough food at this time, they will begin to starve. After missing 3 meals, they will die. A crew member will only fully recover from starvation after eating as many meals as they missed. To prevent crew starvation, make sure a sector has enough food being brought to its respective mess halls. The primary cause of instability in the station is homelessness. Make sure that the crew members have quarters to live in. How do you increase food? That is going to be my next question. But we need to get rid of all this first. So we can build another one of these. So that puts 15. And they've actually named them. They are all named as well. It takes 1 power to do. We're on cycle 15 and we've nearly got 3 of the 6 we need built. Second one built. And they're starting to build up this last one now. 15, 30, 45. 45, that takes us up to 60. 75, so we need at least 3 more. And with all this stuff out the way, we can then get on with it. So we're going to build another crew quarters here like this. And I think we're just going to turn this bit here into the crew quarter area. Now, I want to be able to use what's here as well. So if I look at this like so, I can fit 1... I can fit 2 in here, can I? No, it's 3 blocks, so I can fit 1 more back there. So maybe if we put that in like... In fact, no, it would be better to bring a road across here, I think. So we're just going to build them like this for now. Then we're going to go back to harvesting all of these. Right then. So we're just in the process of building this crew quarter. Right, so next protocol should be to probably get this harvested. We need a base for polymers, so maybe I can look at bringing a road across here like I was talking about earlier. If we go into a stockpile, should be able to rotate. There is room for a road just there. There's room for 2. Maybe I can get a road to run back there like so. That works out. So this stockpile then can then be put for polymers, which means we'll then be able to get hold of this polymer right down here. I think we're going to build out roads to these 2. I think if we go along there, that should mean that we can hit those. There are no crew members being treated at the moment. We do need to keep a close eye on that, just in case we have anyone go in there. And if we need more, we need more. Can we get more power? How do we get more power? Power is provided by the station's solar panels and is used to empower every building within Tiqqun. 9 food there. We got plenty of food, I think. 1 food feeds 10 crew members. Okay, so we got plenty. We got plenty of food. 42 up here. We got the docking station. So ideally we want to build up a... What was it that we were wanted? A cargo ship. Finally begin harvesting that. Continue harvesting that. We might be able to get across to that if we put a path in. Just like that. We can harvest these guys now as well. I think if we get to a point where we can harvest everything, I think that would stand us in good stead for later on within the playthrough, obviously. I did that very poorly, but we're looking good so far. Food is still okay. We should be having another feed in next cycle. We don't have any more in terms of notifications and tutorials. Sector 1, very happy. The thing is, the game doesn't really tell you a lot of what it's doing. Like, what you have to do. It doesn't tell you really what you're supposed to be doing, other than building a city to survive. But we are supposed to be doing a cargo ship, so we do need to get this. I want to sort of put it here. So I think if we can get over to this, we bring a road like that, we should be able to fit a docking station in here somewhere. And we'll just remove this here. We are at full capacity there, so maybe it's time to bring a tech lab. Can we can't get rid of this, can we? Until we've used up this. Let's build. Let's build. I don't really want to put that there. Although, that might not be a bad spot to put it, because then I can run the road along here, back up here, across here, and boom. I don't really like this, but we can clean that up after. So if we just, like, put a little bit of a zoomy on it, just to speed things up ever so slightly, we are able to harvest everything that's here now, which is fantastic. We are going to be up in power, though. I don't know how much this takes. This takes 14 power. Why are we building a docking bay when we have one already? Okay, that seems a little silly. Why am I doing that? Pause that. So we want a cargo ship, and we want a science ship. Not really sure why I'm building another one of these. We're going to leave that as it is for now. I don't want to delete it, just in case we need it a little bit later on. And then we need to have... I don't think there's anything else we need, is there? We're getting our first cargo ship built. I think we have to build a crew. And I don't know whether this is for migration, look. And I don't think we need that. Right, so tutorial for harvesting. In order to retrieve resources for the Tiqqun, you will need a fleet. Your fleet is composed of cargo ships that transport resources and mining ships that extract resources. Your fleet is semi-automated and needs orders to function. Cargo and mining ships will also have a limited period of autonomy in which they can operate in space. After 10 cycles, they will return to the Tiqqun for maintenance. If a ship is mid-task, it will complete it before returning. You can assign a mining ship to extract any specific number of materials by left-clicking to select the relevant box. With mining ships, cargo ships can be assigned to retrieve any number of resources. Cargo ships and mining ships can be built from the docking bay. They can be unassigned or destroyed by clicking the corresponding icons below the ship's docking menu. Okay, so we now have ships. We're down to 79 with 1 in space. Where did we lose 6 people? 6 people die. Right, order the cargo ship to retrieve food via the fleet management. So in here, we want it to require food. So where's my ship? My ship here? Around here somewhere? Probes, fleet. Where is our shippy ship? No idea. Let's go back to inside. So we're just finishing up the science ship now. We are running out of polymers as well. We do have polymer down here that we can extract. We are at 100 there, so maybe we should resume this. I'm not going to resume it for the moment. Resolve the moon event. So, let's go and have a look, see what the moon event is. The moon event is here. Base is out of commission. Auxiliary systems are operational and can be used to restore power. Where is our ship? The iceberg. Go here. Ah, okay. I've worked it out. 2 cycles to get there. The science ship iceberg has arrived at moon. Right. Transmission from the iceberg's team. We have reached the UN base. It is abandoned and depressurized. The surveillance system is still operational, awaiting orders. Let's exploit the security system vulnerability. I think that sounds like a very good thing to do. We are dropping on food, so we do have to hope that our cargo ship is coming back with food relatively soon. We hacked into the main computer system as you ordered and retrieved several relevant research papers and data sets ready for extraction. 10 research. Let's do that. Right, let's dismantle it now. The science will be recollected after. Okay, fair enough. Let's just dismantle it. That's going to take 2 cycles. I don't think we need this. Don't think we need it now we're sat here. Not really a lot we can do until we're waiting for this this satellite, so we'll jump ahead to that. Right, so the science ship team has apparently completed the task. Ready for extraction is 30 alloy, 90 science. That is superb. Let's do it. Having a tech lab provides access to the technology tree. The tech lab generates science points passively, but the main way to earn science points is through space exploration. Researching new technology requires science and time, so make sure to spend your science points wisely. Unlocking science ship upgrades may provide unique options during exploration events, and most technologies can be upgraded. The circles above a technology on the tech tree. Okay, sweet. So, we need to go back to the Tiqqun, and we need to build this this tech lab. Now, initially I wanted to put it sort of over here. But I'm thinking, like, maybe somewhere over here is a better idea. But what I am finding as an issue is I haven't cleared all this yet. And to clear all this would require another stockpile. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to build this road out along here ever so slightly. And then we are going to bring in another stockpile to go along there. And that stockpile is going to be for alloy. And that means we can refill this stockpile back up as well. There is enough here that we could actually have several of these stockpiles, I think. So, 100. I think 200 should be nowhere near enough. Quick maths. So this one's going to be alloy. This one's going to be alloy. I think that might be enough. Right, so. The iceberg has retrieved all science from the moon. That would require us to come back from there now. So we're going to bring that back to the Ixion. Or the Tiqqun, rather. And now we have somewhere where we can harvest. So I can send... They're standing by, but they can harvest from here. Alloy. We don't need alloy at the moment, so I think I'm actually going to send the iceberg to Earth. I don't know whether that's worth doing or not, but... These are nicely building up now, so let's get this tech lab on the go. I think the tech lab would look very nice there, maybe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dismantle this road. I'm going to bring it up like this, just to be a little bit cleaner. So we are slowly getting through. We are running out of power. That's something we've got to take into account. We have no one in the infirmary, so it might be worth turning this off later date. But as things stand, we're not going to have enough. Not going to have enough storage containers for all this alloy. But that is fine. That is fine. We need to get down into research in tech, I think. At some point, we have no water either. Required for food production, which we currently do not have. We have 100 science, but obviously, like I said, we need this to do the upgrades. Yeah, there's way too much still here. I was hoping they were going to have...
I have an incoming transmission from Dolus's...
Most buildings need workers in order to function. However, if a sector doesn't have enough workers, its inhabitants' working conditions will deteriorate in order to keep the facilities running. Working conditions are based on the total workers needed in active buildings to run the sector and the number of fit workers present in the sector. Injured or starving crew will not be able to work. If you don't have enough workers in a sector, working conditions for present workers will start to deteriorate. There are 4 levels of working conditions. Optimal, extra hours, overwork, danger. The worse the working conditions are in the sector, the less safe workplaces will be. This will lead to more frequent accidents. Accidents are a part of daily life in the station, cannot be totally avoided. They are rare in optimal working conditions and can only take form of breakdowns. Working conditions can be checked in the sector view. To improve working conditions, either turn off some buildings or increase the sector's population of workers by awakening chiropods or transferring from other sectors. Okay, so I didn't think we were at optimal. So we've got to do external construction. So we've got to go to the outside now. With an active Ava airlock, the Tiqqun's crew is able to manage the station's exterior, repair the hull, and build contraptions such as solar panels. Okay, let's go outside. An Ava airlock. So I need to build an Ava airlock. I do not have an Ava airlock. Solar panels.
Your psychological
Airlock.
test results were quite
Research.
impressive. My friend and colleague Philip Stanford couldn't be here.
Construct the Vol engine. But first we need to research the Ava airlock, which is what we are currently doing now, I hope. In progress. But in order to do that, I need to get this back online. So the infirmary is not working at the moment, so we're going to turn that off. Like, nobody's doing anything in the infirmary at the moment. So we're going to turn that off. I think we can turn off the workshop, because I don't think they're doing anything really at the moment either. This is now working optimally, I hope. We are now researching the airlock, which is what we need. There are no active health buildings. I don't believe we have any injured crew. Maybe we can turn this back on now. With the fact that we have these two turned off, we can turn this back on. That would make sense to me. And then once we've done that, we can build a airlock when we get a chance. They're still not getting food. I don't know how they're going to get food. Let's speed things up a little to get this downloaded. And once it's done that, I mean, maybe we can look at the insect farm to start making our own food while we wait. We are completely full on alloy. But we only have a few little spots left where there's space. And then once we've got these, we can sort of remove these roads. Maybe make this road straight again. I think that might be something we can look to do. We do have another event available. Administrator, reports are being received relating to Barjaville Klein optimization protocols on board the Tiqqun. They indicate the crew members are being overworked. Although Dolos employment contracts make it clear that a high degree of flexibility is required, this situation is beginning to take its toll on morale. It would be pragmatic to deploy additional crew members or reduce the number of concurrently active workplaces. Request additional staff, maybe? Bring the new workers from the Urshnabi on board the Tiqqun. Okay. Why do I keep calling it the Tiqqun? The Tiqqun. Right, so we need to go over here. And I'm going to send the iceberg over there. Just to see if the iceberg can do it for us. The iceberg's not going to be able to do it, I've just thought. 20. Let's send the cargo ship to do it. So cargo ship should be bringing people across now. The Ava airlock has finally been done. 99 crewless, homeless crew members. So we're going to build another crew quarters here. That should lower the amount of homeless when that finishes. We need to restart this up. And while that's up, we'll take that down. And we need to build the airlock, which ideally could go along here somewhere. Maybe I can already remove this. Maybe I can remove this already. Remove that. And just build the road straight across from there like that. Once we've done that, we can build this airlock. I'm going to put the airlock probably about there. I don't think we need this. I think we can, like, remove this altogether. I'm going to dismantle this for now. I don't think we need it. But we're going to need the workshop open to obviously get this running. Trust is right up at 100%. That's very good. Very, very good. We need to build this Ava airlock in order to progress the story even further. There goes the dismantling of that building there. That means we can remove this this bit of road. The Urshnabi supplies have been replenished, which is good to see. And the airlock is currently being created. And I think once the airlock gets created, that is a good place to end the episode. So, in this episode, what we've done is we've got the basics down. We've got some buildings down. We've got all the stuff stockpiled. At last, there is no more materials on our base. So any materials we get now, we're going to have to get from somewhere else. We have enough crew quarters down. We have tech lab down. We have mess hall. We still need to make sure we get enough power out. There we go, to the blackout as expected, because that's just come into account. That needs 12. So if that is just being built, take that out. I think we can take these out as well because they're not being used now. And that turns the power back on. We have specialization here. So what we are going to do in the next episode is we're going to get it outside the Tiqqun. We're going to get the solar panels, that's right. We're going to get the solar panels built so that we have a little bit more power, so that we don't have this happening constantly. This might be worth turning off at some point as well. But I think that's the aim of the next episode. So if you have enjoyed this one though, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below, let me know what you think about the series. Do you think we're gonna do well in it, or do you think we're gonna really struggle? Based off this so far, I think I'm gonna struggle. But please join me again. The next episode will be up on Friday, and I will see you for it there. Have a good one, guys.